after Shanae left, that's when Hailey came in.
Yeah.
um, all that happened with her. Did that happen like the first night she was there?
Yeah.
Like all that happened the first night.
Yeah.
So what happened like when you guys went out? Like did you?
Okay. Well. Okay. So here's the thing. First off. Okay. So this is the reason why I felt the way that I felt, because I looked like super hater like the whole time that Hailey was there. Like I looked like bitter bitch. Like I looked so bad, you know? And I was watching it and I was like, damn, they don't even show. Of course they're not, because, you know, they want to save their ass. But before we went to Puerto Rico, they asked us, like, you know, okay, you guys have two options. You can either get a new girl and, you know, turn up, or these last 7 days really turn up. Like, take Miami on and turn up, you know? So I'm with the turn up. I'm like, let's turn up. Like, finish it off with who we started with. Like, let's do it. And other people wanted a new girl. Like, they wanted to see what would happen if we had a new girl. So, of course, majority rules. So we got a new girl. Boom. New girl gets there. And before already said it in my confessional before. I said, if we get a new girl, I'm not going to be friendly. Like, and it's not to be a mean girl and it's not to be mean. It's just because I'm ready to go home. I have my own personal issues and I have my own personal things that was going on at home, and I was ready to go home. We were actually staying a little bit longer than we were supposed to, and I'm like, I'm ready to go home already, because they felt like they didn't get what they needed, the footage they needed. So it's like, I'm ready to go home. Like, y'all paying me for this extra week? I'm ready to go home. So she comes, and before all of this happened, she comes into the house, and I'm just like, fuck, like, we got another new girl. I'm hungover, and I'm just, like, exhausted. Like, I just don't have any energy to be like, oh, hey, girl, fake shots. Let's show her around the house for the 10th time. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. It was getting old. So I'm like, y'all can do that. Like, y'all new girl duty today. Like, y'all can show her around the house. Y'all can do that. I don't feel like doing it today. So she comes in the house. She's expecting everybody to be like, hey, new girl, you know. Nobody really did that. So, you know, I don't know how she was feeling, but nobody really did that. And then where me and her kind of, where I just was like, all the way off of it, was before we went out, she asked me, like, so what are we doing tonight? And I didn't know. I'm like, I don't know yet. Like, I'm trying to figure it out now. Like, everyone's giving me their options. We're trying to see what we can get approved, where we can go. So, boom, that happens. After that, everybody, they went outside. So they're sitting outside on the patio. I'm still in the house on the computer. So then finally, when they give us a call and let us know where we could go that night, I go outside. All the girls are talking or whatever. They're talking at the table. And she's basically saying, like, I don't want to meet anybody. I'm not here to make friends. Like, I'm obnoxious and I'm a bitch and this and that and that and this. And I'm like, okay, cool. Even more so why I don't have to fuck with you, because you're not here to meet friends. So we're going to club play tonight. Turn up. Like, we could turn up with each other. Like, you could be one of my club homegirls. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's what this situation is. Like, but when we in the house, don't expect us to be having, like, long, deep conversations and shit, because that's not what we here for. Like, I'm thinking about packing this shit and what's about to happen when I get home. That's what I'm thinking about. So, after all of that happened, we get to the club, and when we get to I go inside the house after I tell everybody what club we're going to. So I go inside the house, and then I stand at the door, and I said something to everybody, and I stood there before I walked in. Nobody said nothing. I stood there. Walked away. I was like, all right. Walked inside. When I walked inside, they start talking. Basically, Stephanie comes back inside. I'm sitting at the computer. Stephanie's like, Jazz, feel my heart. Feel my heart. Stephanie's heart is like pounding. She was like, why this bitch wait to say something about you when you walk inside the house? Like, this bitch wait to say something about you like I wasn't gonna say nothing. Like you not my bitch. Like, I don't fuck with you. Like, you know what I mean? So Stephanie basically went off on her because she had something to say about me when I came back inside the house. I don't want to say what she said because I don't know what's word for word or what was said, but basically she said something about me when I walked away. So I went back outside. I asked her, I said, why'd you wait till I walked inside the house to say something? Like, we cool, like, we good. Like, everybody in here, we're all cool enough to where if you feel some type of way, you should be able to, tell me like, hey, yo, why didn't you, like, why you want to act like that? Like, why you didn't tell me, like, first off, I just got here, I came in, I said, hi, you want to be a bitch to me? Like, you know what I mean? I understand, you've been here for a minute, but that's not how she came at me. She came at me like, bitch, so what? Like, like, I don't care, like, like that. So it's like, you don't care? I don't care. Like, clearly there's no respect bridge right here. So I'm not crossing it. You're not crossing it. And that's just what it is. Like, but basically we got to the club. She was sloppy drunk, almost burnt me with her black and mild, burnt somebody with the black and mild, fell into somebody's VIP table, knocked over all they drank, mixer all over her. I mean, drink all over her dress, everything. Shoes off in the club, sticky, dirty ass feet. That's why I said Texas was nasty, because of how she was acting that night. Not because Texas is nasty. I have family from Texas. I said that she was nasty. And the other girl from Texas was nasty. And those two girls from Texas was making Texas girls look nasty. That's what I said. Not that Texas is nasty. Relax, Texas. It's not that serious. But, yeah, she just was nasty. Real nasty. And I was like, wow, you're crazy. So then when we get in the limo, I'm like, why do you act like that? Like, why do you get that drunk to where you go crazy like that? You act like that. And she's like, because this is what bad bitches do. This is what I do. And I'm like, okay. I'm done. She just was so extra out. Like, so then by the time when we got inside the house, she threw up. She tried to lie about the throw up. That was the whole thing. And when she lied about the throw up, she was lying about it like it wasn't me, it was Benzie. That's how she was lying. So it was like, and then you trying to lie on my bitch and try and make everybody turn on Benzie. Like, so that's what really made me furious, because I don't like being played with, especially when I'm drunk. I'm really defensive when I'm drunk. When I'm a defensive, emotional drinker. I am. I confess up to that. But she was just like, oh, I didn't do it. You need to ask somebody else. Like, basically trying to lie and say she didn't do it. She did it. She didn't want to clean it up. I was going to help her clean it up. She didn't want to clean it up. So that's why I was so angry, because it's like, I'm frustrated. I'm tired. I'm drunk. This shit stinks. It smells like I have 10 dead baby cats under my bed right now. Like, just a fresh litter of dead cats under my bed. That's what it smelled like. And I couldn't go to sleep. And it's like, for y'all can go to sleep like this. Like, you know how when you're so drunk to where if you smell anything, it can make you like go throw up. So it's like you just want that peaceful sleep under your fresh ass blankets. Like, that's where I was at. I was right there. But every time I threw my blanket over my head, it was like that breeze that came was that dead cat litter. Like, that's what it was. So that's why I was so mad.
So do you believe that Hailey was jumped?
Hailey was jumped. And I was very mad because I was handling my business. I was doing my stuff. And I think that Hailey could have took her ass whooping from me personally. Benzie hopping in was like, it was a lot, because I'm trying to push Benzie off and at the same time hit Hailey, and it's just like a whole lot, because it's like now I can't bob and weave from Hailey because I'm trying to block Benzie, so it don't look like she getting jumped, because that's what we know as the jumper hoes. So it's like, let me get this. Like, you can get some afterwards, like, but let me get this now. Then when I get tired, I'll go get a water break and you can handle the rest of it. Like, but in the meantime, like, let me get this. Like, and I was mad at that too, because it's like, I don't like that. I don't like being held back when I'm fighting. I don't like people interfering when I'm fighting. Like, a security guard stepped on my ankle. Like, all of that. It's like, I would have much rather just me and her have a head up and then boom, because Hailey didn't have no hands anyways. It was like, when she hit me in my eye, because, okay, first off, I wasn't planning on fighting Hailey. I really was I was trying to push her in the throw up. That's what I was grabbing her for. So when I grabbed her to push her, she took off on me, and then she hit me in my eye, and then that's when it was like, boom. So then after that, the security, they're like breaking us up, and I'm like, okay, like, let me stop before, they try and send me home or send me somewhere again. So I run upstairs. I'm like, I'm sweating, I'm all out of breath. I run upstairs, and then like I look in the mirror, and I'm like, oh shoot, like what is going on? What is this? So then I just was like furious, and I was like, hell no. I really wanted to see like, okay, what she look like? Like, what she look like though, you know? So then I ran downstairs, and I was like, nah, I'm not done. I'm not done at all.
Did that last really long, or was that?
Yeah, that lasted really long. That lasted a couple hours because we were like cussing and like going crazy. Like, I go home.
So like the next day, the producers call a house meeting and everything.
Yeah.